Well, I mean, 2020 in its entirety has been a puzzle that we're all trying to figure out. And, we made it to 2021, a lot of us, and we lost a lot of people on the way. But I left all that anxiety in 2020. You know what I'm saying? Like I looked at 2021 as a brand new slate. And, rolling into 2020, I got my own new show, The Morning Hustle. We launched January 6th of 2020. And, it seemed like the whole world was about to be our oyster. We're about to go to all these different markets and get to touch the people. But, COVID and the universe had other plans. So, we had to pivot and fold back into ourselves and develop new abilities and new skills. And some of those has been the rise of the Zoom interview, which we're doing right now, which is kind of convenient because it makes the world so much smaller. So you get to talk to way more people at a higher frequency. You don't have to wait for everybody to do a market run. So that was a plus. And then also too, it allowed me to focus more on other skills like editing and, knocking out stuff at the crib without having to outsource so much. Because, when you're limited on what you could do, you can't do any, as many club gigs or, personal appearances that make money. Okay, cool. So you don't have as much money to pay people to do things for you. So you got to teach yourself some skills. So I definitely taught myself to be more proficient with editing and, and things like that. And just learning all the effects and stuff within Pro Tools as well as Final Cut and all this other stuff. So I did the time. I didn't let the time do me. I tapped into it immediately. My whole thing, I always wanted to live through something. Every generation has their thing that they, that define them, right? And I feel like part of the thing that's going to define our generation, we survived the COVID era. So, I wanted to make sure the crib was fortified. We had everything we need. So if things went really haywire, we good for a minute. You know what I mean? So as a protector and a provider, it felt good to be able to do that. As far as the job space goes, technology was right where we needed it to be when everything popped off. Boom, now you got Clean Feed. Now you got Zoom. As long as you got a strong internet connection, you can still do the radio show. And, thank God, I was able to do Dish Nation still from the crib as well, too. And they set up the cameras. So everything just really fell right into place because, I think we're resilient people. This generation knows how to do more with less than ever before, but we have it all. So now we can do the most. So I think it really, we were definitely the generation that was built to handle everything that's happening right now. I feel like I'm always getting information from my future self. My future self is always tapping me in the shoulder and be like, hey, this ain't gonna make sense right now, but it'll make sense later. So I had the title Aktion Park before the pandemic even happened, to be honest with you. And it was a dedication to my favorite amusement park, that was in the New Jersey, New York area, in the 80s and 90s. And this album is about going through different experiences. And the first record that landed that glued everything together was a record called Bad News, which initially I was actually gearing that song to be the start of a different project. And there was a couple similar songs on that other project that I was forging together. And I was like, you know what? Bad News will be perfect for Aktion Park. So boom, that's the first flag that we planted in the ground. And I just built everything up around it. My man, Garnett Reed, God bless the dead. He listened to an earlier version of the project. He's like, yo, bro, you're making people think too hard. You gotta tell some stories, make some of these songs shorter, make the switch ups be more so. And then I started repackaging the project from the ground up. All right, cool. So we'll add this song don't belong here, and then we'll go from there. And then when you get into the space of 2020, because I was hoping to drop the album at the top of 2020, right as I launched the show, be able to tour to promote the album. But then COVID happened, and it's like, whoa, this would be a terrible time to drop an album, and you will do no shows, and the timing is just awful. So just wait, finish the rest of the videos, and then put it out as a cohesive thing that has an audio and visual component. But then when you think about the deeper metaphor of it all, yeah, Aktion Park is about surviving things and telling stories. But when you look at the world and the way the world was in 2020, the world was Aktion Park, a fun, dangerous place that was also shut down, because the real Aktion Park got shut down, doesn't exist anymore. 9 people died. So here we are in 2021, recapping my life, which is, the events of Aktion Park, but, told metaphorically and poetically. I'm looking forward to being outside. I got my shots. I'm spayed and neutered. I'm ready to go outside, get it popping. You know what I mean? And also just really get back to doing shows, you know, cooking up an EP, not only for myself, but also like working on some stuff down the pipeline for Bodega Brothers as well. I have a new podcast called Headkrack After Hours. You know, you're going to see me in this comedy space really soon, like on stage rocking like, you know, improv near you, and also getting into some acting. So I'm trying to do everything that I was about to do at the top of 2020 before everybody got sent to their little timeout box. So I can't wait, man. But, you know, the thing I'm most passionate about is music. I feel like it's the truest, you know, representation of myself, and I have so much fun doing it. And there's so many creative people that I want to tap in with that I haven't worked with yet, and you know, see what kind of sonics come out of it.